Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the first Board of County Commissioners meeting for 2014. We have a quorum today. All three commissioners are present, and we will begin with a flag salute by Commissioner Fund.
Please stand. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
I move that we approve the minutes of December 30th, 2013.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Are there any changes, additions, deletions, corrections?
Thank you.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The motion carries. We have one presentation this morning that we neglected to take care of before, so we're going to take care of that this morning. And this is a recognition of an employee recognition for 5 years of service to Lewis County. The certificate of appreciation to Candace Hallam from the BOCC with sincere thanks for 5 years of dedicated service. And we have no public comment. No one signed up for public comment, so we will move on.
Okay. I move that we approve the notice agenda, items 1 through 3, resolution numbers 14-001 through 14-003.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Elsey, Public Works Director. First of all, I'd like to...
Did I get a second on that, Bill?
I second that.
Thank you. Okay, now you can.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Clemson Tigers for being the Orange Bowl champions.
And by the way, Mr. Delsey predicted that Clemson would go down in smoke or flames, one of the
Yes, I'm a pessimist by heart. Item number 1 on your notice agenda is establishment of the 2014 road construction projects by county forces. As you're aware, the RCW is required that every year, if the county is to do any construction projects by county forces that would be greater than $10,000, you must publish those projects. This fulfills that obligation, and we are publishing that we will or may construct projects for the countywide 3R, which everyone understands is resurfacing, restoration, and reconstruction. The 2014 miscellaneous safety and guardrail project for $25,000, King Road rehabilitation project for $25,000, Davis Creek Road Bridge for $25,000, and Looting House Bridge for $25,000. Item number 2 on your notice agenda is regarding temporary closure of Sturdivant Road to all through traffic from January 27th, 2014 through February 7th, 2014. Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railway Company would like to close this crossing so that they can do crossing work. This is going to be about a 4-mile detour around. We will post the detour and we'll notify 911 and all of the school districts. And this is notice as per the RCWs that this will be a closure from those dates. Thank you.
Lee Napier, Director of Community Development, speaking on Agenda Item 3, Resolution 14-003. Before the Board of County Commissioners is a request from the Chehalis River Basin Flood Authority. They are requesting that Lewis County, acting as fiscal agent, prepare and advertise a request for proposals to provide professional services to complete a floodplain management analysis report for the jurisdictions within the Chehalis Basin. And a notice has been prepared. The proposals would be due January 31st by 9 a.m. to the clerk of the board. That's a Friday. And they would be opened during the February 3rd commissioners meeting. Any questions?
Well, I'll ask the same question I asked earlier, which is Is this in coordination with the Shoreline Master Program at all, Lee?
I wouldn't say it's in coordination, but certainly any new information can help inform the process.
So they can use the information back and forth, and hopefully.
There's a
so.
possibility. This is an analysis of how the jurisdictions regulate floodplains, so we may see some consistencies within Lewis County, and we may be able to use that.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments on the notice agenda? Board? Then I'll call for the question on the vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the consent agenda, items 4 through 12, resolution number 14004 to 14012.
Second?
Motion is made and seconded. Will the payroll warrants. This week, there are 2 special purpose warrants in the amount of $242.52 and 371 regular warrants in the amount of $1,977,604.56 for a total of $1,977,847.08. In addition, there were 196 payroll warrants and 448 automatic deposits dated January 3rd in the amount of $3,405,542.98.
Amanda Migliaccio, Financial Analyst in the Auditor's Office, speaking on Agenda Item Number 5, Resolution 14-005, approving the county's Simplified Indirect Cost Allocation Plan. This resolution is to establish the cost allocation rate that will be in effect during the 2014 fiscal year. The plan was prepared in accordance with OMB Circular A-87 and establishes an indirect cost rate of 7.87%. The rate may be used by county departments for any federal grants or contracts that permit the reimbursement of indirect costs. The rate is applied to the direct salaries charged to the federal grant or contract in order to determine the indirect rates or costs that may be billed.
So this is a substantial decrease from last year.
It is.
And why is that?
That is due to the internal service funds. The recoveries in 2012 were actually higher than the expenses, and so that decreased the rate. Any other questions?
Anybody else?
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Yes, I bring you greetings from Texas. Finally got back. Nice to see all of you. I'm here on Resolution 14006, approving our annual tax foreclosure sale. We're going to sale this year, on the 24th? Yeah, on Friday the 24th, with 55 properties with unpaid taxes. Unfortunately, and this is the highest number I've ever had, 50 of those properties have houses on them. And that's the highest number we've had in all the years that I've been doing this. And this will be my 20th sale. So that's a little disconcerting to me, but we do the best we can.
Thank you.
If a citizen wanted to see a list, where would they find it?
It'll be posted on the treasurer's website. It'll be posted in the treasurer's office, and it's been advertised in all the publications, the Chronicle and the Martin Journal. Yeah. And some of these properties may pay out before sale, so we hope they do, but they don't always. Okay, anything else?
Good morning. I'm here to represent WSU for Resolution 14-007, approving an interagency agreement with Washington State University for the delivery of outreach education programs. This is an annual agreement that we bring before you and request that you approve it again for this coming year, or this year.
Could you identify yourself?
Yes. Sheila Gray, Washington State University, Lewis County Extension Director. Thank you.
Good morning, Sheila.
Morning. It's Monday. Any questions or comments?
Lord?
Thank you kindly.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Elsey, Clemson graduate, speaking to...
You got your 10 seconds of glory already. It's all we're granted.
Speaking to items 8, 9, and 10 on your consent agenda. Numbers 8 and 9 are the purchase of truck cabin chassis. Number 8 is a new lowboy truck cabin chassis, and that will replace a 1990, if I remember correct. And that the existing lowboy truck will be washed down to the solid waste department, and they'll be using it over there at the central transfer station. The number 9 is replacing a dump truck that has reached the end of its useful life, and we will be surplusing that dump truck. Both of these will be purchased off of a contract that's already been signed by the Board of Commissioners and is still in effect. Item number 10 is approving the purchase of 1 dump truck body and snowplow. This will be purchased off of the state contract and will go with the purchase of the dump truck in item number 9.
Mr. Elsey, will you still have identified yourself as a Clemson graduate had they lost?
I always identify myself.
If he was a Cougar, he would, that's for sure.
April Kelly, Social Services Manager for Public Health and Social Services, and I am speaking on Resolution number 14-011 and 14-012. Number 11 is an amendment, number 7, with the Division of Behavioral Health for Drug and Alcohol Treatment and Prevention Services. This amendment adds $7,125 to the current contract to help pay for the expenditure of urinalysis tests for last fiscal year. Number 12, approving contract amendment number 8 with Division of Behavioral Health and Recovery Services for drug and alcohol treatment. This one extends the contract period to June 2015 and adds an additional amount of $791,831. And this funding is for use for the next 6 months that we're currently in for the state fiscal year, which ends in June.
Now, this is the end, the 2015 is the end of the 3-year contract period, isn't it?
Correct. There'll be another amendment that will come out for the next year's funding.
This contract used to be a 5-year contract, and now they've reduced it to a 3-year contract, is my understanding, and so that there are not as many contract amendments as there used to be.
Well, yeah, instead of doing a new contract for some reason, they've just been doing amendment after amendment rather than starting over.
Thank you.
Yep, and part of the reason, April, is that it says October 7th, 2013. We didn't receive the money till later, but it's been backdated. Is that how it goes?
Correct.
The state did not get it to us. on
Yes,
time.
yes. Yep. Thanks.
Any other questions or comments on the consent agenda? Now we'll call for the vote. All in favor of adopting the consent agenda as presented, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Okay, we have one hearing this morning. Mr. Unzelman. Procedures, we will go through this procedure. Presentation by staff, followed by a question and answer period. If there are any questions on the presentation, the question and answer period will close. We'll have an update or a recommendation to accept the comments that were made, and then a comment period, and followed by hopefully a vote.
Good morning. Larry Unzelman, Real Estate Services Manager, Public Works. Speaking to Resolution 14-013, which is in the matter of a non-exclusive franchise to Kenneth E.S. Barnes. This hearing is to consider granting a non-exclusive franchise to Mr. Barnes to construct, operate, and maintain his water system facilities on county road rights-of-way in the mineral area. The Barnes water line is currently in place and serves several properties in the area. The franchise, as it's proposed, would authorize use of all that part of mineral addition in Section 9, Township 14 North, Range 5 East, more specifically described as follows, being the north 450 feet of Lincoln Avenue, all that part of an alley that lies between lots 1 through 10, Block 4, and lots 1 through 10, Block 5 in the mineral addition, and all that part of Front Street that's contiguous to the north end of Lincoln Avenue. Resolution 13-551, which was passed by this board on December 2nd, set this date, January 6th, as date for hearing on the matter. This non-exclusive franchise to construct, operate, and maintain water system facilities on those specific county road rights-of-ways in mineral would be granted pursuant to, in conformance with, RCW 36.55 and Lewis County Code 12.25 through 12.50. RCW 36.55 requires that no hearing be held on a proposed franchise until 5 days after the last publication date and 15 days after posting in 3 public places. Publication must be twice in the official newspaper per publication in the county. Publication did occur on December 4th and December 11th of 2013 in the East County Journal, and the franchise was posted in 3 public places as required. The franchise with a 5-year term has been sent to the applicant. They have reviewed it and have signed it and returned it to us. And it's recommendation of the Public Works Department that this franchise for water system facilities on county road rights-of-way in mineral be granted to Kenneth E.S. Barnes.
Thank you, Larry. Are there any questions from the board? No. Any questions from the public regarding this easement? Any questions? Seeing none, Larry, I will close the question and answer and ask if you'd like your hearings incorporated into the comment period and question and answer period.
Yes, I would like them adopted, please.
Thank you. So we'll open up the hearing for public comment. Any comments from the board? It gets quiet in here when that AC goes off. No one signed up. Any comments from the public? This is an existing water system and it changed hands, I understand, and Mr. Barnes took it over, and this is just getting him permitted for that, so that's it. Seeing no further comment, I will close the comment period and entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the non-exclusive franchise to Kenneth E.S. Barnes, resolution number 14-013.
I'll second that.
Motion is made and seconded. Any other comments? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Mr. Chair, with no further business, I move that we adjourn.
Second?
Moved and seconded that we adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We're adjourned.